Hello, Aries. Welcome to your bonus reading here on Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If you're watching this reading was meant to find you. Please hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. Now, this is a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. And remember, Aries, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. 10 of Pentacles. This is very good. This is your best life. This is a person who understands what wealth really means, what success really means, okay? And I think that as a picture of your best life, it's not just about money, right? You're somebody that knows the value of, of money as a means to an end, right? But this is the end to which we are trying to find the means, right? We want to get to this this sort of dream come true life, this sort of best life ever. You know, we really want to live the good life. And we may need money, resources, time, effort, and energy to get there. Once we're here, what does this look like? Well, it's probably a freedom, it's probably a stability, it's probably love, connection, a sense of purpose, right? Probably something to do every day. You know, something to focus your energy on. A lot of the time we get the 10 of Pentacles, we think, well, that's it, that's the finish line, that's what I want to achieve, and, you know, it's the greatest day ever, but what's beyond, right? So this is about accomplishing goals, yes, about accomplishing long-term goals, but really it's about never quite running out of goals. You know, you imagine the day where you've accomplished everything in life that you've wanted to do, and then you've got more life left, but you don't have anything else you want to do or need to do. You have no more goals in mind. That would be a terrible day. So I think this card really is reminding us that life is not about what we have, but about sort of how and why we have it. It's not really the what we're doing, but the how and why we're doing it, right? So life is a process. Life is a function. Life is meant to be lived, right? It's not something to be acquired, gathered, or completed, really, in any absolute sense of the word. Now, we do want to accomplish our goals, okay? And I think you're somebody that really knows this. I think that you have really, you have an open-ended kind of idea of what success means to you and what wealth means to you. And in a very real way, this is not just about money, but that could be a means to an end. Let's take a look. All right, let's put the rest of our cards out on the table here. We have an 8 of Pentacles. And 9 of Pentacles, okay. Very good. A 6 of Pentacles, okay. A lot of Earth cards here. Another one, an Ace of Pentacles. And are we going to do it? Are we going to be another? Oh, yes, another Earth card. 7 of Pentacles. Very interesting here. This is very interesting because we're going from a 6 to a 7, right? And it's sort of where our successes are, yes, they're contributing to our best life, but we're always looking for the next challenge, the next project, the next thing to do, the next puzzle to solve, the next challenge to overcome. And if we really are focused on this 8 of Pentacles, which is a card of growth, we need that 7 of Pentacles. We need the challenge that's going to foster our growth. You know, in some ways, we like our successes, 6 of Pentacles, but we kind of like our failures even more because it shows that, oh, there's something out here that I don't already know how to do, and I need to apply myself and figure it out. It's a puzzle to solve. It's a challenge to overcome. This is a success just waiting to be created, right? This is a lot of Earth energy. if there is anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Let's see what's on the path of the serpent before we get into each of these cards individually. A 5 of Swords, a 2 of Swords, a Knight of Swords, and a 3 of... Wow. This is pretty rare. All earth, all air. There's not even any major arcana energy here. Okay. And the air energy over here really does feel like these, in some ways, especially with the 5, it feels like, hey, this is a problem to solve. We kind of like the 5 of Swords here because it gives us it stimulates our mind. It gets us thinking, right? It gets us working on the next puzzle, the next problem. How do I continue? How do I grow? How do I take my 10 of Pentacles and make it an 11, a 12, a 20, a 30? Because the thing about the 10 of Pentacles is that it's not supposed to mean 10, there's a limit, a hard limit, and that's it. It's really just our way of saying an infinite number. It's open-ended. We just happen to count with base 10. We say 1, 2, 8, 9, 10, and then an infinite number. Some cultures count with base 2. They say there's 1, there's 2, and then there's a whole bunch. Or base 12, or 7, or 5, or whatever it is. We just happen to do 10. So really, the 10 of Pentacles is a way of saying that this could go on and on and on and on and on. There's no limit here. If you have a picture of your best life, we're going to be adding on to it. We're going to be revising it. I hope you drew it in pencil, because we're going to have to erase and edit it and build and make more. We need more pages. We need more canvas. We need more paper, So there is no limit to the success that you're going to achieve in your life. And I think you're somebody that really does reach a certain satisfying degree of success in a certain thing. You figure something out and you implement it, and there's a certain landmark or a milestone for success, and then you're kind of on to something new. You're looking to either expand on this and see what challenges you can find that you can grow this thing even bigger, better, further, faster, whatever, or you're on to sort of a new project, something else to invest your time, effort, energy, and money into. Right. And looking for another problem to solve, because life is to be lived, right? And I think you're somebody that is, you kind of sit there and spin your wheels if you don't have something to really do, something to focus on, some sort of problem that you're trying to solve. I think in a very healthy way. And that's the key, because we don't want to get so bogged down by our problems that we end up with a 3 of Swords, where we are sort of in this despair. We are lamenting our lives, lamenting the problems. No, we want to keep it fresh and active. We want to look at life and look at particular things in our life as, okay, these are problems. It's a puzzle. I've got to figure it out. It's something I need to solve, something I need to work on, and take this, whatever this failure is. And again, we're not looking for failure. We're not pleased to get it, but we must learn from these. And this is kind of like saying, okay, there's something that I cannot do. I find myself in this situation. I've got to figure out how to take this and make success with it. It's like you have this basket of ingredients. It's like we're watching that show Chopped on Food Network. You ever watch that? It's wonderful. It's at least the premise behind it is that you get a basket full of all these random food ingredients. And you haven't seen it beforehand. It's just suddenly, here you go. And you've got to figure out how to make a delicious, judge-pleasing dish in 30 minutes or 20, whatever it is, out of those ingredients. And so it's kind of like, this is what we're presented with in life, and this is what we've got to create a success out of this. Because if all we're getting is the 6 of Pentacles successes, we're not really growing. We're not really doing anything. We're not really challenging ourselves. And of course, with the 8 of Pentacles, we're not growing, and our sense of wealth, the satisfying wealth of this 10 of Pentacles, is not expanding, because we just keep doing the same things that we're already good at. There's no growth involved there. There's maintenance, There's sort of honing your skills and brushing up on your skills, but there's no actual evolution that takes place with that, right? And that's why the Seven of Pentacles is at the very center of the table today. Let's select our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. Who is the air sign person in your life? Okay, there's our little... Oh, wait, it's not Sea Turtle's friend. What are we doing? That was last week. Aries, you're the beginning of a new energetic cycle, so this time is Bubo, our mechanical owl, right there on top. Now, if you have a prediction for that card, please put that in the comments below. Let's use our intuition, okay? There is no major arcana energy here as we look around the room. It's all air and earth. It's thoughts and it's actions, behaviors. It's things happening in the material world around you. Your financial stuff is improving greatly in the very near future. The air sign person, I feel like there's an older male energy air sign that is with you or around you, maybe in spirit, maybe in physical. But I think that there's somebody that it's somebody that I think really cared about you, still does. Always wanted to tell you how they felt about you, to show you love and to show you that they're proud of you, but I feel like they never knew the words for it. Does that make sense? I feel like that person is probably in spirit. It's an older male, dad, older brother, grandpa, something like that, uncle. I feel like they're with you now. And I think they're wanting to express their love and their care and their pride in what you're doing and how you're doing it. Not in what you're accomplishing or what you are acquiring, but in how you're living your life. Okay? Spirits tell me that you should expect a surprise gift very soon. Maybe that has something to do with our Ace of Pentacles here at the top. But first, let's talk about the 8, because the 8 is patience. It is a slow and sort of steady, very meticulous energy. And I think this is how you're approaching whatever current thing you're working on. You are focused on it and paying attention to the details. I feel as if you have an ability to really concentrate. And to me, that means that the most important thing in your life right now is this, is fill in the blank. Whatever you're focused on, beyond your immediate family, let's say, and those sort of, the obvious priorities. This is what you're focused on, and I think you have an ability to pay enough attention to this particular thing so that it can continue to grow. And I think once this is off the ground and it's sort of doing its own thing, that's when you then feel it's okay for you to explore new ideas and really, in some ways, look for the failure. Look for the problem that needs to be solved. Okay? We don't have any fire energy here. You're not doing anything in haste. I think you're very calm. You're very focused. Very meticulous, paying attention to the details. Okay? This is whatever project you're working on, whatever your work is. When I say work, it's not just what you do for money, but it's what you're focused on every day. And this may change day to day. It could be right now you're very much focused on your business or your education or your physical health, anything like this. And that seems to be your entire, just all eyes are on this right now. And then all of your energy is channeled toward this. Because this requires a lot of things. It's if this is a tree, it requires soil and water and sunlight, and you've got to know how much of that to give. You can't just turn the hose on and walk away. You've got to be there making sure that things happen the right way. And I think that this is contributing to the continued growth of your wealth in life, both physically and financially, as well as kind of generally your feeling of being a wealthy person, whether that means physical health, money, connections, family, right? Being of service, charity, if it means a purpose, if it means art, creativity, self-expression, all of these things. Because everything that you're focused on is contributing to you living your best life. And I do say living your best life, not existing within, but living that life because of this 9. See, these are all even number, even number, even number. We have odd numbers here and here, and here. So we have a balance really between the even numbers, right? 6, 8, 10, and then we have a balance with the odd numbers, with a 1, a 7, and a 9. Because the even numbers, these here, are states of things. This is a previous success. This is kind of the accumulation of wealth in your life and in all of the different ways that we define wealth. And then, of course, the 8 is the sort of current object, let's say, that you're looking at, the current state of things in the present moment. The odd numbers are then the functions, right? How you're doing it, how you are approaching things, and the fact that we are keeping things moving and we're not at a standstill. That's the thing, life doesn't stand still, does it? So the 9 of Pentacles is, of course, you living a successful life, right? And this is the foundation of the cards. This is at the very bottom of the reading, very bottom of the path of the dove here, because this is the way you're living your life. And this is an intentional thing, and this is a day-to-day, moment-to-moment sort of life. It's living a successful life, not having a successful life, not being a success, but doing successfully, right? Doing things with this attitude of success, and how do we succeed, and what does that mean to you, first of all, right? So this is it's a card of gain. It's a card of always sort of working toward making progress. This is really, it should be the card of work, but I think this is really the result of work, because this is a visible indication of progress. We're able to actually see things happening. We're seeing things moving and growing, and so this is it becomes a kind of reinforcing thing, that the more effort we put in, the more we see the world changing around us and we're changing, the more sort of effort we put into things. So I think this is you living that successful life and feeling, I think, that your efforts are paying off. Yeah, I think they really are. With the Ace of Pentacles at the top here, I feel like there's a new interest coming in the next week or so. Take advantage of this. This is like you've kind of got your eyes on a new project, and I think that we have to implement systems to maintain what you're currently doing. But I feel like you're ready for the next. You're ready for a new kind of focus. You know, you're ready for the next project, the next big thing, especially with the 8 of Pentacles, in that the 8 of Pentacles can represent sort of branching out. That we realize that in order to maintain our wealth, we don't want to put all of our eggs in one basket. This was a success. This was, let's say, your first album, great success, right? You're not going to stake your entire future on this one successful production or one successful thing, accomplishment, right? You realize that to maintain your wealth and to continue to grow your life and to really have something that's, to live a successful life, you're going to have to always be learning and growing and doing more and perhaps diversifying, branching out, right? And that's part of our active cards here with the odd-numbered cards. Okay. And I feel like Spirit is saying, you're ready. It's time for you to now do the next thing, go out on the next limb, go out on the next branch here. That's going to continue to, and it's going to be a challenge. Look at, we got that 7 of Pentacles. it's definitely going to be a challenge. Now, what this might be is, I think, something that has to be intuitively sort of decided, maybe not even intuitively, maybe just kind of like naturally logical, kind of follows in line with everything else you're doing. This would be the next obvious step. Okay? Doesn't necessarily mean logical, doesn't mean intuitive. It's just kind of the obvious thing to do, you know? If you've made one successful album, perhaps this is saying, let's start writing songs and making another album. Maybe this is, a very successful restaurant. Okay, well, maybe we think of doing another location, or we add something to it. We start doing some new thing. Maybe you add a drive-through window, Maybe you start doing farm to table. You say, okay, well, now we're going to start our garden, right? So it's a new thing, and somehow it's connected to all of this, so everything is sort of branching out for you. Okay. There's this, still that older male's coming through for me. The older male energy in your life, it feels like they're very close to you still. They're talking about a new living situation or a new home situation for you. A new environment. Maybe it's maybe it is a restaurant or something. It's a new home or work environment, because they're showing me you kind of walking into a new building, and I don't know if it's a home or if it's a workplace. But they kind of are indicating that you're entering a new physical location, okay? And that could be what our Ace of Pentacles is. The Seven of Pentacles, of course, is the failure. Don't expect things to just be an instant success. If it was, then you're kind of missing the point. We don't want to fail, and perhaps it's not going to be a failure. But this is a 7. This is the card of failing, not failure. There's a difference, right? This is the card of, it's not saying, oh, I tried to open a restaurant and it completely bombed, bankrupt, shutting the doors. Forget it. It's not that. This is saying I'm opening a restaurant, or I'm starting the garden, or I'm working on my next album, and oh gosh, there are challenges that I have to face. There are problems that I don't know the answer to. I got to figure it out. Because this is the work that we do to create the success. And if it's just ready-made, if you just walk in and it's already there, it's just a turnkey kind of thing and it's successful, you didn't really do anything, right? You turned the key. Maybe you paid for it, but you didn't really do the work. This is the card about doing the work. Right? And so it doesn't mean that there is a decline in the success. No, it means that there are challenges that we have to face, things that I don't know how to do, and I've got to learn how to do them, because we're making this another success. This is going to be this is a repeating pattern. Right? This is going to repeat itself, and the 6 is going to come then, and then there'll be another 7, then there'll be another 6, and another 7. That's how it works. 6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 7, right? I think with a lot of, 5s and 8s and things in between, a lot of aces in between as well, all contributing to this 9 to 10. We're pushing, and the 10 gets a little bigger. And we're pushing, the 10 gets a little bigger. Now it's an 11, it's a 12, it's a 20, it's a 50, okay? And so I think this is really amazing energy for you. And now the 6 of Pentacles, like I said, is the previous success that you're coming off of. And this could be, it could be a very small success. It could be a very big one. This could be a rather landmark moment in your life. It could be that, okay, hey, I dropped that 10 pounds, and that's wonderful. Now it doesn't mean that I just can give up on my journey of fitness and health. No, it means I need to figure out what I'm doing. Do I go for another 10 pounds, or do I start lifting the weights? Do I start jogging, bicycling? I recently started doing the bicycle. I got myself a cheap recumbent bike. I got bad knees, So I'm on that recumbent bike, and it's the most amazing thing. So that's my kind of new Ace of Pentacles and my new thing, And meanwhile, I'm still sort of trying to maintain this the low carb thing that I'm doing. Now, I'm obviously not a personal trainer. I'm not a fitness expert kind of person, but I do like to research that, and I recognize there's a problem in my life, 7 of Pentacles, and I'm doing what I can to fix it. Doing what I can to improve. Let's say it's not something broken that needs to be fixed, but I'm recognizing that there's a puzzle to solve. There's something for me to focus my mind on that's going to lead to a moment of success. We're going to spend most of our time, I think, here. Most of our time here. Well, really, it's here, I think. Problem solving. Working hard, pushing. And very little of our time actually basking in the glory, basking in this light, this bright spotlight of success. This is that moment in the winner's circle. Yeah, it feels good, right? Well, I hope you know, because, I mean, there's no air. There's no water energy. It's all air, right? There's no water energy here. And there's no major arcana energy either. And this is telling me that, you know, Spirit is supporting you in what you're doing. Spirit is the table right now. Spirit is all around you and within you, above you and below you. You're encapsulated by Spirit right now. There's nothing particular that you need to, there are no spiritual lessons for you to learn at this time, okay? And so I feel that there is, though, and we're going to talk about the path of the serpent, you know, in detail. But this older male energy that's coming through for you, was this somebody that you recently lost? Is this someone that's very important for you? Or I feel like this is somebody that's kind of, because this card, as their representation, I think, in the reading, it's in sort of the difficult position. This is the river we have to sort of cross. And I don't know if maybe there's an issue here where you never actually, you never grieved for them, or there was something that you always wanted to say to them, or there was a moment that you were hoping to have with them that I think you never got to have. Perhaps our 3 of Swords is that grieving process. It's saying, look, they're listening. They're here. Say what you need to say to them. They will hear you. Allow yourself to grieve. Maybe we need the water energy to come back in. Maybe that's part of that's a little bit of your issue right now, is that we're not feeling our feelings. You're doing wonderful work in life. You're living a successful life. You're living a good life. But perhaps we need the emotional energy to flow. Okay? So we need to address that spirit. If that is dad, grandpa, older brother or something. Let's talk about the path of the serpent. As we do this, of course, I would like to ask for your subscription. Please smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel. It's free. It supports the channel, and I appreciate that. All right. Go find me on Facebook, Dove and Serpent Tarot, with the blue check mark. If it doesn't have the blue check mark, it's not me. Okay. I'm still, the relocation or the new venue, I can't help but see you walking into a new room. Yeah? Walking into a new building of some kind. Yeah. Okay, 5 of Swords as your general energy. Life is a problem to be solved, right? This is a card of, it's either defeat or it's sort of, it's conquering. It's either being defeated or it's defeating something else. It's saying this problem, whatever this 7 of Pentacles is, the puzzle that needs to be solved, it's either going to kick my butt, and I'm going to have to sort of go back to the drawing board and hit the books again, you know, or I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to keep hitting the books until I figure it out. Okay. And so when we have a card like this, it's not to say that, oh, look, you know, we're having a difficult time finding a solution, and that's it. And that's the perpetual state of just confusion or of chaos, or this constant state of not knowing the answer. No, because this is active, odd-numbered air energy. This is an active mind. This is a mind that is applying itself to this, trying to figure out a solution. And you're not giving up until you crack the code, one way or the other. Okay? If it means you have to pivot a little bit, well, that's okay. We got a 2 of Swords here as well. But a 5 of Swords, I think is very good energy, especially in your case, because it's not just, oh, look, we have all this success, I try something new, and I don't know exactly how to do it, and therefore I just give up. No, it's saying, okay, it's a continual flow of energy, this. And so our 5 of Swords is applying to the 7 of Pentacles, and we're working the Rubik's Cube here. And you're not just frantically, like I do with a Rubik's Cube, I just randomly, I'm just like this. I can't do it for the life of me, never have. And I just am randomly and frantically twisting and twisting and twisting. I've gotten 1 or 2 sides done, but then I just kind of get frustrated. I give up, But we're not doing this with the Rubik's Cube. We're intentionally thinking about it, and that's why it requires that kind of focus. It requires all your attention, because this is the nut that needs to be cracked. This is the Rubik's Cube that needs to be solved. This is the puzzle. And so you're applying yourself to it. And if at first you don't succeed, right, we try again until we overcome that problem. I think this is very important for you. I think this is the way you roll. And this may mean that, okay, well, I tried to do the restaurant and it didn't really work out. It doesn't seem to be going well. Okay, let me sort of go back to the drawing board. Or let me hit the books, or let me do some research. Let me figure out what I might have done wrong, how I can kind of approach this puzzle or this problem in a different way and get the success that I want. Now, whatever it means, let's say you open a restaurant. It's sort of doing okay. It's not doing that great. You're not feeling the 6 of Pentacles yet. You're not saying, well, I don't feel like this is successful yet. So we're feeling a little bit more 7. So we say, okay, let me talk to some people. Let me take a course. Let me read. Let me think on it. Let me try some different things. And until things start functioning more smoothly, this is a card of harmony. This is the card of like, okay, it's successful now, which basically means that you don't need to tinker with it anymore. And that's maybe the marker of when we say, okay, it's good. It's functioning as it should. I don't need to tinker with it. Because that's kind of what we have here, the tinkering. The 5 and the 2. And the 5 is going to tinker with something until we feel like it's running smooth enough that I don't need to tinker with it anymore. Now it's working fine. I don't need to break it just to have something to fix. No, we have to apply ourselves to something new, because if we don't, we're going to end up breaking what we have just so we have another problem, another challenge to overcome. We don't want to do that. We want to do this. A 7 to a 6. A 6 to a 7. We want to use the aces as the intermediary. We don't want to just break what we have so that we can fix something. Because I think you have that sort of impulse where we need puzzles, we need problems, we need to have something to work on, something to focus our mind on, something to learn, a new way to grow, right? And if the thing is not growing the right way, if the thing is not working, not succeeding, sometimes this is the card of saying, okay, well, maybe we need to pivot a little bit. Maybe we need to have these new ideas and just alter our course just a little bit. Maybe this restaurant, okay, it's why isn't it functioning as that 6 of Pentacles should? This is sort of the questioning. This is that's trying to approach the problem. And this might be saying, okay, well, maybe we need to go a little bit different. Maybe we need to slightly alter the cuisine or reduce the menu. Maybe we need to, augment things in some way. Maybe we need to change the business plan just a little bit. Okay, so this is a little bit of that course correction, but this is a really, really important card, the 2 of Swords. One, it's a card called peace. It's your peace of mind. This is you able to sleep very well at night. I'm wondering if this seems like something outside of the realm of your life right now. That ability to sleep well at night. because I don't see many cards of rest. I don't see many cards of just joy. I don't see you unwinding. Rather, with this Five of Swords, I see you winding up more and more. This is a card of mental stress. Well, yeah, we're trying to solve a problem, so we're using our mind. We're stressing our mind, which means that we're using it we're stretching its capacity, right? We're pushing ourselves forward. We're stressing. It's like when you're working out your body, what are you doing? You're stressing your body, right? And so stress is okay, but it has to be contained. And so we have to be able to sleep at night, okay? Maybe this is a recommendation that we sort of narrow down our choices a little bit, that we remember to just focus on kind of one thing at a time, give it everything we've got, but also we need the water energy because we have to be able to relax and unwind and feel good, and sleep at night. And so with the Two of Swords, in your external world, this is external to you. This is something outside of your world right now. This is something doesn't exist within you. It's outside of yourself. It's the environment. So really, it's kind of like we're looking at the peace of mind as something out there that maybe I want to grasp, but I haven't grasped it. Because inside of you, we've got this Nine of Pentacles and this Five of Swords. I think that you have a difficult time sleeping at night because your mind keeps going and your body keeps going. It's like you sleep and you're just dreaming about doing this work. And we don't get that kind of really just checked out rest. We need like a Four of Swords here, right? So we need to be aware of this. Yeah. This is also a card of intuition. It's also a card of, sometimes the problems can't be solved intellectually. Or even not even that, but in addition to our mental stress trying to figure something out, we need a little touch of intuition. We need a little bit of lunar energy at the top there. See that crescent moon? The crescent moon saying that with all of our mental stress and problem solving, the real key is going to come via that intuition. The intuition is going to give you that little something extra. It's like that light bulb. It's when you're trying to work on a problem and then it just comes to you in a flash. Yeah. And I think that's part of that Two of Swords energy. This older male energy. Now we could talk about this person a little bit more. They're advising you to seek out the right kind of information. Maybe it's about seeking the right advice. Okay. I think this was somebody in your life, an older male energy. I don't know if they're an air sign or not. I feel like it's somebody that you think about a lot, but you don't like to, because I feel that there was something that wasn't said. Okay. I think this was somebody that was rather critical of you. Maybe sort of, I think instilled in you this work ethic, but maybe they were very critical of you. And that's sort of something that's really stuck with you. And it's kind of like motivation for you. But they're telling me that it was coming from a good place. They were trying to tell you how proud of you they are and how much they love you, but they didn't really know the words. They didn't grow up in a time where that was something that was encouraged, And so I feel like they never really told you that they loved you, but they do. Maybe they did it in their own way, and maybe through some of the way they pushed you or the way they criticized you or in their eyes, the way they tried to mold you into a successful person. And indeed, I think that they're onto something there. I think it worked, but we still wish we could see some of that water energy here. Okay. They're telling me again about look for alternatives. They're telling me about the new venue that you're going to be stepping into. It's a new building of some kind. It could be a work environment, home environment. It could be a store, a restaurant, a shop, I don't know. But I'm seeing you walking into a room Okay? And it's a new thing for you. I don't know what it is exactly. The Three of Swords that we see at the end here, in a way feels as if we're sort of opening up to how we feel about this relationship, who this person is to you. And they feel like a very strong force in your life. Again, this is sort of the obstacle that we're trying to cross. Because I feel like this person, I don't know that you ever really grieved or mourned. I don't know that you ever really told them what you have been needing to tell them, but they are listening. So maybe the Three of Swords here is really about you doing that and opening up and kind of, letting all that energy out rather than keeping it inside. I'm really interested in our mystery card here. I think that the Three of Swords is kind of unlocking some of that emotion. This really is like telling you to open up, say everything that you've wanted to say. Have that conversation with them. They're listening. They're still with you. Okay? And I think they know already what you need to say and what you've been wanting to say. They're saying to me that you had a lot of plans with them that never were realized. A lot of things that you intended to do with them. It's getting emotional. You had a lot of plans with them, but you were never able to actually get to those plans, to do them. Yeah. And maybe this is a romantic partner. Maybe this is an older spouse or something. But I think I think opening up this Three of Swords is really going to help you. Yeah. This is the card of the mental functioning. And it's saying that you understand the process of creation on the mental plane. And I think all of your mental energy has been geared toward living this successful life. I think now we need to direct some of this air energy as a way for you to grow and heal, just like you do here with the sort of more, business or practical things here. Apply that same energy to your emotions. The emotions are sort of tied up, or locked up under lock and key. Maybe this is a puzzle that needs to be solved too, right? So maybe we can apply some of our mental energy and we can have this conversation with this person and allow yourself to feel. Allow the emotions to come out. I think it's very cathartic. I want to look at our mystery card now. I'm really feeling water energy, but I don't know. It feels like a very emotional thing to me, this idea that they're telling me that you had a lot of plans together, but they weren't ever realized. And maybe part of this cathartic Three of Swords energy is to, in your mind and your imagination, fulfill those plans that you had with that person. Imagine that you and this person are there doing all those things that you planned on doing. The smiles, the laughs, maybe the stern sort of the criticism that they would always kind of interject, and really have that experience with that person in your imagination. Okay, and yeah, you may start bawling your eyes out, right? But those will be good tears, Well, let's look at the mystery card. If you have a prediction, please put it in the comments down below. Let's see what it is. And the Queen of Cups. Oh, if we wanted water, we got water. This is double water. Queen of Cups. Water on water. This is the really deep, deep water. This is kind of like we've unleashed the water. We've opened the floodgates of the water energy. And I think that this is going to allow you to heal and to really to strengthen your connection with this person. And it's also going to allow you then to experience some of this relaxation, some of this joy, some of this love and bliss, and the pleasure of all of this wonderful work that you're doing in life. These great things that you're applying yourself to. We're opening up the water, And this is it. This is a pretty rare spread of cards. Having all earth and all air. Not an ounce of fire, not an ounce of water. And I feel like it's just maybe even just become routine, that this is, you're just very successful in life, but it's been lacking this. It's been lacking the joy, the water, the bliss, the pleasure, the excitement. It could be, too, that all of the stress has been affecting your sleep, has been affecting your health. The Spirit's saying that you haven't been sleeping very well. Okay? And I think when we go through this process and all this water starts flowing, you're going to start sleeping very, very well. Now we're going to do an extended reading. If you want to stick around, there's a link up top. There's a link down below. New readings for Aries are on Mondays and Fridays. Be sure to watch both readings. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Leave a comment. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.